What's up, guys? It's Mary Rosie from Mary Rosie Dips. Thank you so much for returning to my channel. Today's video, I am using the dips from the Many of the Month kit from Lift Your Spirit Dips for the month of January. And these are the 3 dip powders that came in the kit. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that one. That one's probably my favorite right there. Look at that shift. Oh. Okay, so in this mani, I'm actually going to be using Fairy Wings, which was the first one, which is a square glitter. And then the middle one and Make a Wish, I won't be using in this mani, but I am doing a separate mani using that color all on its own. And then we're going to be doing a tutorial using this gel palette that came in this month's kit. So fairy winter type mani is kind of like the inspiration for this box of this month. And I think that the gel palette is literally perfect for all 3 of the dip powders that came with this set. Like I said, I'm using 2 of them, and then we'll be doing a design on one of the nails. And then that foil up on the right hand corner, I am doing a separate mani with it. I just won't have time to record a video and do a voiceover. But let's get going with this. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Mary Rosie, and I am one of the brand ambassadors for Lift Your Spirit Dips. And every month you will see a tutorial of me using the items that came in the box to do a manicure, and then I'll be posting it in the Facebook group along with my YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. I think probably once again by the time this video goes up, the box will most likely be sold out, so be on the lookout for the February box. Once I get that, I'll do that mani, and then it will go up for sale. But the video doesn't come out typically until most people have received their boxes, which is why, like I said, by the time this video goes up, the box will be sold out already. But if you stay with me till the end, you'll be able to see the kind of goodies that come in the box. I'll be sure to throw that on in here so you guys can see. I think I have a picture of it. I hope I have a picture of it. So I'm actually using Moondust Dip Co dip liquids. I really like those. Highly recommend. That is one thing that the Lift Your Spirit Dips kits don't come with. It's got a ton of options for add-ons. Right now, Cassandra does not have dip liquids available, but plenty of other add-ons. So that pinky nail right there is Fairy Wings, which I am not the biggest, I should say, not a huge fan, but not even most of the time a fan at all of oddly shaped glitter pieces, I guess what I would call it. So those glitters that come in that kit, Fairy Wings, are actually square. Now, I didn't even notice that they were square when I was swatching them. Didn't notice at all when I opened it. Didn't even notice it when I poured it over into the cupcake liner. And I almost didn't notice that I was using a square glitter until I turned my nail over and I was like, whoa, what the heck? What kind of, look how flat that is. Look at that. I mean, what kind of a square glitter does that? I'm not sure that I've ever used an oddly shaped glitter dip that I didn't, I don't know, they just lay, they just kind of laid there. I didn't have to tap them. I didn't have to move them. They weren't chunky. They just laid flat, like they didn't melt in there because they're real glitters, but they're just flat. And usually the shapes just kind of even poke up just a tiny bit. But these, oh my gosh, Cassandra, you have to make more of these because I still can't get over how flat these are. So my normal is 1 layer of a chunky glitter, Anytime that I'm doing it, if I'm doing a chunk of glitter, I just do one layer of it and then encapsulate it in clear. Sometimes I do place a couple of the bigger glitters onto like an area that might have maybe needed a little bit more, but I don't generally dip twice in chunky glitter just because I prefer to have my nails on the thin side, and I do have builder gel on my natural nails here. This color that I'm doing on my thumb and my index finger is kind of like a milky with flakies. It's definitely not a chunky glitter. Those are, I don't know if they're chameleon flakes. They're not mylar. I'm pretty sure they're chameleon flakies. They just kind of melt right in. So that was literally like doing 2 layers of a solid dip powder is kind of how thin it was. And those flakies, all I'm doing is shaking up the cupcake liner to move those to the top so I can get a few extras to just stick to my dip powder. And then you'll see me touching the actual dip, kind of just pressing on it a little bit, only because I want those flakies to not brush off when I go to brush off the excess. That's why I'm kind of touching them to make sure that they lay and stick, not necessarily because they're poking up like glitter. They are soft and they're just kind of melted in there. I just wanted to make sure they didn't move. So 2 layers of that guy on those 2 nails, and then the glitter fairy wings, 1 layer on each of the other 2 nails, and I left my ring finger for the design with the Modelon's gel palette. So I'm going to encapsulate with clear dip powder, which is one of the add-on options to your kit. You just have to select it on the drop-down menu as an add-on. Excellent clear dip powder. Highly recommend that you add that on. Other than that, your kit comes with a file, a buffer, and then I want to say this month it came with that brush that I have on the bottom right hand corner. One of the previous ones did come with one of those stiff brushes as well. So I think I got a purple one a couple of months back. So every now and then it does come with the stiff brush. I actually might have gotten 2 in the past, but always with a file, always with a buffer block, multiple different add-ons. And like I said, this clear cut dip powder is an add-on that you can just put on as additional to your box. And then I'm just going to encapsulate the 4 nails and I'll let you watch. So I'll be back. And then once you have put clear dip powder on all of the nails that actually have dip, I am activating it with 2 layers of activator on each nail. Skipping the ring finger because I still haven't done that design. I was just doing all the dip all at once, and then I was gonna do the design all at once on its own. I guess you could do it in whichever order you wanted to. I just hadn't decided what specifically I wanted to do just yet. So either way, we activate, and then I think, nope, I do not buff and file. I was going to say I think I buff and file first. Whoops, but I do drop my little gel palette. So don't drop it. So this little gel palette comes with a little like travel type brush. It's short and the little cover comes off and you can put it at the top, and it can be a longer brush, I guess. I figured out that the longer part doesn't really work for me, so I just prefer to work with like if it was a little short pencil. Previously, I can't remember, in the last couple of months, one of the items that came in the monthly kit was Modelon's gel base and gel top coat. And so that is also an option on the drop down menu right now. And here is that little brush. And so if you already got your own gel base and gel top coat that you like, go ahead and use that. It still works exactly the same. I do recommend that you put a layer of gel base on the nail that you're doing a design on. That way your gel product actually sticks to that. So I've already done it on my nail. I cured that for 30 seconds. Right now I'm just doing a little bit of gel base on that brush and working that in using the cover of the palette there if you don't have anywhere else to work with it, just to kind of rub it in, get it all in the bristles. It does make the gel palette colors slide easier. It helps them glide, I guess is the word I'm thinking of. As long as your brush is worked in nicely, that will help with that. So then we're going to go in and we're just going to brush up little bits. And you see it's not hard to pick it up. They're pretty easy to maneuver, pretty easy to use. Gel palettes are honestly have become some of my favorite items to use. I have multiple ones with different colors. You know, it's a definitely a color palette that can be mixed and matched. And there's colors in there that you can already put together to give you a design. You don't necessarily have to think. And these go perfectly with the glitters and dips that came in this month's box. So I'm going to try to create a little bit of a marble design. And I just took some of the purple, or one of the shades of purple, and I brushed it on a couple of areas on the nail. And then all I'm going to do is clean off the brush on a dry napkin, then move on and take a little bit more of another color, kind of zhuzh it around, move it around, swipe it carefully. I'm not hard brushing it because I don't want to take away the other colors that are next to it, if that makes sense. I'm kind of just lightly hovering over and trying to create a mixed marble design. Never done one of these before, at least not with a gel palette, I don't think. I've done this with dip powder to where you can either tap it on or scrub around different areas of the nail to create kind of like a water marble look. Kind of like what I was going with here. except with this one, you just gotta be careful not to rub it too much into the next one or you can't see a difference in the color. So that's what you'll see me do. Just kind of going around, move it in little by little. And the brush is small, so it's not like it'll get all over the nail. You can maneuver it very easily just to get into little corners and all that. So I will let you all watch.
I'm right here.
And I'm just going in and trying to marry the colors together, if that makes sense. So little by little, if I see a spot that needs just a little bit more sort of scrubbing in of the colors, I go ahead and do that. Or even adding just a little bit of blue somewhere that had too much purple. It's just the eyeballing it. I'm not an expert at these designs. I just know that in my head I wanted it to be kind of like a little water marble look. So I'm just going in there and kind of adding little bits to make it look more even. But there's not a perfect way to do it. It's definitely a perfectly imperfect design. Most definitely, because there are no straight lines. I'm not good at straight lines. But this is what it is looking like. And once I'm happy with the way it looks, I finished curing it for 30 seconds. And then I'm doing that Modelon's gel base, one full layer on the entire nail. And then what I do is I realize that I cannot for the life of me find my Modelon's gel top coat. These came in a set with the box that they had come in. No idea where it is. I had to use a different brand. What the heck? And as I'm doing this voiceover, I realized that I let my sister borrow that Modelon's gel top coat. So I'll be getting that back from her. But you want to make sure that you buff, file, and shape the nails that were done with dip powder. And then try not to rub or scrub the brush accidentally over that nail with the gel polish on it. But this kit comes with the products that you need to be able to buff, file, and shape. And then once you're done, it looks like this. So everything's good to go. That little shiny nail is done because that was done with gel products. And now all we need to do is add activator one more time to all our nails. And then we will be ready for top coat. And the top coat that I am using is actually going to be a gel polish. Usually if I'm doing gel polish on one nail, I just do the whole thing in gel polish. Intermingling, the most that I do between liquids is, intermingling that I do with dip liquids versus gel is really just the gel top coat type. So I'm doing West Coast Dips gel top coat to finish this mani off. And this is going to be it. So I'm just doing one layer of, I think, just gel top coat. I don't typically do gel base unless I want the manicure to last. So Again, we highly, highly, highly recommend these boxes. They're so much fun. Cassandra from Lift Your Spirit Dips puts so much heart and thought into these boxes, and literally they get better every month. And who doesn't like 3 beautiful dips? Who doesn't like a beautiful file and buffer block and 2 orange wood sticks, brand new every single month? I mean, do you know how many files I go through? If it wasn't for Cassandra, I wouldn't have those extra 9 files hanging around on my desk that are my to go to. So definitely recommend. And then she has created some body butter, and I'm testing this out for the first time. I really like the what's the word I'm thinking of? The feel of it. Is that the word? I don't know. I like the feel of it. I like the smell of it. My hands feel great. They smell great. Look beautiful. Here is the Manny using the entire contents minus 1 dip powder of the January Lift Your Spirit Dips box. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate you. See you next time. Bye.